I will welcome you all and say that my name's Kizzy and I'm the community agent for East Mendip. If I look like I'm reading this, it's because I am. So sorry about that. So I'll tell you a little bit about the Community Council for Somerset. It's a leading local charity which works in the heart of Somerset's communities to inspire and enable positive change through our wide network of passionate local experts and our diverse projects. Consultancy and funding. We bring the right people and services together to improve the lives of individuals, building community capacity and support emerging and existing enterprises right across the county, helping Somerset to thrive. That's the blurb on our website if you wanted to go and have a look at that. So what do? We motivate and support people to take action, giving them information, support, skills and resources to make change happen and shape their future together with confidence to know that they are not on their own, with CCS teams at their side. So Somerset is split up into areas. We have, which I forgot half of these the other day and I really insulted West Somerset. I'm really sorry about that because I forgot you. So we've got South Somerset, West Somerset, Taunton Deane, Sedgemoor and Mendip. And each of those areas have their own team of CCS agents. In Mendip we have Carol Smith. She's our amazing team lead and fountain of knowledge. The community agents, which is myself and Elaine Carney and her pugs, who I cover East Mendip, Elaine covers West Mendip. We work with adult social care and we take our referrals from them. Our village agents are Nick, who covers East Mendip, and Bella, who covers West Mendip. The village agents can work with doctor surgeries and within their communities. John is our East Mendip carers agent and Jackie is our West Mendip carers agent, and they are amazing and they work with our amazing army of unpaid carers. And Christelle, who is our Macmillan agent. Christelle is our only Macmillan agent. She covers the whole of Somerset and she's brilliant. I knew Christelle before I actually joined CCS. So yeah, she's really, really good. Oh, I just noticed my neighbour's not watching my live. You can find your local agent on our website, which is www.somersetagents.org. On the website we have our COVID response form, which is something where you can self-refer or you can refer anyone that you feel would benefit from our help, provided you get their consent to do so, because we can't help people if they don't want our help, and we're not going to force that on people, but we are here for people and we do want, that's the whole point of these lives, is to reach as many people as we can, and so that they know that we're here for them and we're able to help them, not just during this time, we're here all the time, but particularly during this time when everyone is so isolated, and being rural and isolated it's not a good combination. So if you do have anyone that you feel that would benefit from our service, please refer them, provided you've got their consent, or ask them to refer themselves. So in the 8 weeks since lockdown, Somerset agents have dealt with 47,963 support activities, which is just incredible. And I want to say a big thank you to everyone in the CCS team for working so hard, helping others, not just the agents but also the office staff and anyone else who I'm not au fait with because I haven't been here all that long, but just like together as an organisation it's a really nice place to be, supporting people, and I've done quite a few jobs that are rewarding, but it really is rewarding. So yeah, So Talking Cafes, there are 21 usually across Somerset. They're held in various different venues and they're attended by 4,331 people. You can find out about Talking Cafes at somersetagents.org/talkingcafes. Due to COVID-19, we're having to run these via Facebook, which is not a bad thing because it means that we can hopefully reach out to more people than we would in the village halls and little cafes and things, but we do miss everybody from those, and I have been feeling a bit sad that I haven't been able to get out and enjoy my role as much because I haven't been able to speak to people face to face, which is really what I'm missing at the moment. But I do look forward to that part of my job when we are able to go out and finally see people face to face and put faces to names, really, because I have meetings with people I wouldn't even know who they were if I passed them in the street. So it would be great when I can get out and do that. So Talking Cafes give people an opportunity to find help and support with whatever they need, really, with housing, finances, micro providers, furniture, household food, volunteering, the list's endless. And if we can help you in any way, we will, or we'll find somebody that will be able to. So Talking Cafes will be running Monday to Friday from 11 a.m. So tomorrow's is Sedgemoor, and that Talking Cafe is run by Lauren, who did the very first one last week, and she really set the bar for all of us. So thanks Lauren, and she'll be doing her second one tomorrow, so tune in for that. And Fridays will be South Somerset's, and Wendy Rudd will be our host. So yeah, tune into those. The idea is for you guys watching to pop in questions into the comments that hopefully I'll be able to answer. If not, there are loads of our agents watching these, so if I miss a comment they'll be able to answer. So, but please don't post any personal details, addresses, phone numbers, emails. You can send a private message to one of our agents or ring CCS themselves. Thanks Chrissy. The birds, they do sound, can you hear them quite loud? So this week is Mental Health Week, and the theme this year is kindness. I think it's really it's a really perfect theme for the current situation. In Mendip we've had some incredible volunteers stepping up, and just people like you and me that have decided that people need our help, so they're going to step up and do that, which is just, we wouldn't be able to cope if we didn't have those volunteers referring people so that they can, get someone's medication, they can go and do some shopping for them. And it really, really is incredible that these people have really stepped up to help provide their support for our local communities. So I would like to say a big thank you to those, and I know all the agents in Somerset would do the same. They really are our unsung heroes at the moment. And it just means that people are able to effectively self-isolate. They don't have to make that quick, however quick they think it is to nip to their local shop or their local pharmacy. The virus, you can't see it, so you don't know where it is. So it's nice that they don't have to run that risk, really. I know Nick really wanted me to give a big shout out to the Colford Angels. She said they've been really, really amazing. Amanda and her team have been supporting so many people in Colford and the surrounding villages, and she said we don't know what we'd do without you, so thank you. I personally would like to say a really big, amazing thank you to Fair Froom Bank. I've relied on those so heavily in the last few weeks with my referrals, and they have never turned me away. Even when I made a mistake and I referred somebody that actually they could have used an alternative solution, but they honoured it for me because I knew and I didn't know. So they were really brilliant. And on Monday I rang them and said, you know, I've got a family in need, they need a food parcel, and it's a single mum with her 2 young sons, and it's his birthday today. Is there anything that you could do for them? Could you send them a cake or something? And they said, yeah, we can do that. And I just really thought that was really special and amazing. So thank you to Fair Froom. They've been incredible, particularly Lenka. She's been brilliant with me and enabled me to help somebody with a clothing voucher, a carpet. So, you know, just all these things that you just don't think about, you know, really. I must admit, I didn't before I worked with CCS. Obviously knew people were in need and things, but I suppose when it's not directly affecting you, you don't sort of pay much attention to it. Now I'm in here, and you know, I work for the charity. It's really opened my eyes how many people depend on these food banks, and at this moment there are thousands and thousands of people. So if you have got the funds to, you know, get a few extra tins in your shopping and you can donate to these food banks, it is saving people's lives. So please do that if you can. I know that they would really benefit from those. So what else am I going to say? So along with this, we also have our Somerset Good Neighbours scheme. The scheme is intended to partner willing volunteers and helpers with anyone that needs help with small one-off tasks. So I think in normal times, if somebody needed, you know, a lift to their hospital appointment because they're having cancer treatment or something, you know, we would try and link them up with one of our Somerset Good Neighbours, or you know, even just having a friendly cup of tea, or you know, or anything like that, a dog walk. Or so yeah, we've got that too. On to my next slide. Maybe I should stop talking so much and read some of these comments. Hi Deb. I am gonna talk about the sustainable energy, supporting people with their energy bills as well. Yeah. Okay. Hi Bella. So we're in the middle of epidemic. I don't know if you've noticed. COVID-19 has affected us all in different ways. We've all had to adapt to a new way of living, and how has that affected you mentally, do you think? Sorry, I'm just going to stop. Bella, have you personally been having technical difficulties, or am I coming across okay? I presume I am. Somebody give me a thumbs up and say that they can hear me. Okay. Oh, brilliant. Thanks, Hannah. Whew. So what was I going to say? Yeah, we're all having to adapt to a new way of living. How has this affected you mentally? How do you think it has? Personally, for me, it's been really hard to balance working from home, starting a new job right at the beginning of this, homeschooling the kids, keeping on top of household chores, coping with huge amounts of stress and anxiety about the coronavirus just in general. And you know, I really don't mind admitting that I am no stranger to mental health issues. It's been a part of my life for, I would say, a good 10 years, and probably before then, but I probably didn't recognise the signs or whatever to do with them. So yeah, but you know, I am extremely lucky that I've got a really, really good supportive network around me, and my husband's brilliant. And, you know, for the 7 weeks of lockdown, he was furloughed, which made our lives easier, but it was obviously a worrying time, you know, financially. It's just, you know, it's just come right out of nowhere, really, didn't it? And it was really hard to adapt. But he's now returned to work, and he's had to adjust his hours, you know, to support me and things. And you know, it's just really weird, isn't it, to try and find another way of, you know, doing things now. So now Lee's gone back to work, you know, between 3 and 4 days a week. So then I have to try and work around work and the children, and all that comes with that, you know, all the mum guilt that you feel because you can't give them your undivided attention, and they're playing on their iPads too much, and they're not doing enough schoolwork, and they're not getting enough sunshine, and you know, it is really, really hard. It's really hard to cope with that. So I just think it's, you know, it's so important to take advantage of raising awareness for this week and this time. You know, you might think that normally you don't suffer with mental health problems, but this, you know, during this time you've started to notice that actually you've been feeling a bit more anxious, or, you know, a bit more worried or whatever, and you're not really sure what these feelings are. So I'm going to talk a bit more about it and hope that I can help, you know, in some way, that, you know, you've got someone to relate to, but also providing different links that might be of help to you at the moment. So, and I just wanted to say as well, you know, I am extremely lucky. I have a partner to share the load with. So for those people, parents that, you know, are going through this alone, I really don't know how you're doing it. I've got friends who, you know, they think they're doing rubbish, but I think they're super mums, super dads. You know, it's just, I really do feel for you at the moment. You know, when do you get a break? You know, by the end of the day, when your kids go to bed, I suspect you just want to flake out yourselves. So yeah, I really, really do take my hat off to you guys. But at the moment, so how are we trying to protect our own mental health and well-being, is what I was going along the lines of. So yesterday on my personal Facebook page, I posted up a status. I wanted to know really how people, parents in particular, are coping during this time. Like, did they think that they were coping better mentally, or, you know, some of the ways that they've been, you know, some of the activities that they might have been doing that they could share with people to see, you know, see what's worked for them and what hasn't. So I asked if they minded me sharing those with them, which they didn't mind. So I'm going to go ahead and say that now. So Jen said, Jen's a really good friend of mine, and she's a deputy sister on a stroke unit. So her life is, and she is a mum of 2 girls, and yeah, so at the moment she's really, really under pressure with her job for the NHS, and obviously working, well, not working from home, but when she is at home, being a mum to her girls, and then worrying if, you know, she's going to bring this virus back to them. So, but what she said, you know, she needs time for herself. You know, when things get too much, she does a lot of fitness anyway, but she likes going for walks and things. So that's what her advice is. Gemma is a really good friend of mine as well. She also is really into her fitness, and she said walking helps as well. But if she can't get out, I know her partner is going to be working away again now, so she's going to have 2 girls and work as well. So she said if she can't get out of the house, she just puts her headphones on really loud and does a bit of cleaning, and she finds that helps. Donna said that her fitness is really important to her, her gardening, keeping a routine, eating fairly healthy and keeping in touch with her husband via FaceTime, because really sadly he's stuck in Poland. When the lockdown came, he was, you know, made to stay there, and he's been there for the last 8 weeks, I think, or maybe even longer. So yeah, that's really, really sad, and my heart goes out to you, Donna, for that. I think as well, so Donna said that on the day she's struggling, she tells herself she's doing that the best that she can. So I think it is important at this time to say we are doing the best that we can in really uncertain, difficult times. You know, we're only human, and as parents, we like to stay strong and we like to put a brave face on things for our kids. We don't want them to worry, but we want to make sure that their environment is still fun and exciting and safe. But when we're not feeling, you know, particularly confident that, you know, we feel safe or whatever, it's hard to maintain that, you know, persona that everything is fine when you don't know that it is. I've lost my slide. Yeah. So so emotional health and well-being, children and young people, Public Health have come up with 10 life hacks to try and help us at the moment, which I'll read through. So be kind to yourself and others. Give yourself permission to nurture yourself and to try and be kind to people around you. You could try using positive affirmations about yourself and others. Okay. Create a safe place. Make a cozy space in your home to retreat to when things get too much. And you can use it as a calm down space if emotions start running high at home. Build a daily routine. Find the right balance for you between work and play, including times to do, I don't know, why do they put these in really small writing? Anyway, stay connected. I think that's important. I know, you know, we've been keeping in touch with our friends and family via Zoom, doing quizzes. We did karaoke with my mother and father-in-law one night. Well, we screamed down a microphone and they listened. So yeah, that was that was good fun. So yeah, it's really important to stay connected at the moment. Check in with your emotions. Take notice of how you're feeling. Daily gratitude. So every day, try and think of something you are thankful for. Record it anywhere that you can. A TikTok, a song. A TikTok, I was going to talk about TikTok. I don't personally use it, but I do find it really funny, and my husband's obsessed with it. But I know there's quite a few people on my personal Facebook account that have really gotten into TikTok, and I think that they would probably say it was a little way out of what's going on at the moment. So yeah, keep those TikToks coming. They're really cheering people up, I think. And my daughter thinks anything to do with guinea pigs on there or dogs is absolutely hilarious. So so give to others. Try and give something to someone else. Maybe your time, your cooperation. Bake a cake, make a gift. Yeah, so it doesn't have to be financially give something to others. I know where I live, we live in a row of 6 cottages. So most of those people that live in those cottages are trying to self-isolate. So I know my husband popped notes through their doors and said, we're popping to Morrison's, do you need anything? Some people said yeah. So just little things like that, really. Somebody on my Facebook was saying today, is anybody going to the post office? Is there a chance that you could pick up a form? Just something like that. My mother-in-law's just said that the karaoke was very good fun. Oh, okay. I'm glad you enjoyed it. So branch out creatively. Carolyn has said she keeps a thankful diary, 3 things each day. Also meditation with an app like Headspace, that's good. That is good. Actually, I have used Headspace before. That is good. I listen to ASMR as well. My husband thinks it's weird because it's just, and my youngest daughter calls it whispering videos. But at night when I can't switch off, I will listen to ASMR and it makes me go to sleep because it's utter nonsense what they're talking about, but it's really calm and soothing, and because it's utter nonsense and it doesn't really make any sense, it does take your mind off whatever it is that's giving you anxiety. So that's my tip. Go unplugged. So set aside a time each day to break from technology. Can you use the time to do something in it that nurtures you? Experience nature, a board game, a bath. I'm really guilty of taking my phone when I go and have a bath. So maybe, yeah, I probably would take that. And I watch Netflix or whatever on my phone, so I probably should give myself that time to come away from technology, because I do spend an awful lot of time on technology, really, particularly now with my new job. I didn't even own a laptop 8 weeks ago, and now it's become 90% of my life. So, and remember, this will pass. This too shall pass. Yeah, that is a good phrase, I think. And it will, you know, who knows when, but it will pass. And, you know, we will have all learned a different way of, you know, coping. And I think lots of people would say that good things have come out of the coronavirus. Obviously lots and lots of really sad things, but, you know, I think it has, I would say that it's made a lot more of a community. Before I felt, I mean, not me personally, because I'm really lucky where I live. We do have a little community and I love where we live. Our neighbours are wonderful, but I know, you know, maybe in more of the village, I live sort of on the outskirts of it, maybe they would say that there wasn't so much of a community. So when we had VA Day, it was nice to see the pictures of people in their own gardens, but, you know, they were celebrating VA Day, which I can never remember a time of doing that when, you know, in my lifetime. But now when I moved here, our neighbours, they love having a get together for anything, which is really, really good. So I'm particularly lucky. But if you can make use of that with your neighbours and try and start something up. My neighbour sends us all like e-cards. So she started off sort of sending them like Happy Christmas, Happy Easter, but obviously we don't get to see one another so much now. So the last one she sent was her hair is starting to look like an Afghan hound and she misses everyone. So yeah, thank you for that, Celia. And I really do love receiving them, and I do think it's a really nice way of staying in touch with people as well. God, I've been talking for half an hour. Okay, so some of the anxiety that many are feeling at the moment is linked with the stress of finances. My kids are eating us out of house and home. They really are. At the moment, we probably need to stock up the snack cupboard every 3 days, and it's unbelievable. They seem to know when I'm on a meeting, because I will put my hand up at the door so they know they can't come in, and they will seize that opportunity to say, "Mum, can we have this?" And I'll say, yes, get it. And so yeah, and then I'll go to get into bed at night, and there'll be wrappers from Crisps, Baby Bell. Monday night was walnuts. My husband was absolutely livid at 11 o'clock at night. He was dusting out walnut crumbs, and you're probably thinking, why are they eating in your bed? It's because there is, next to our bed is the only working charger to charge their tablets. So I said to my husband, move the charger and they won't come anywhere near your bed. Or we could put a lock on the snack cupboard, I think. But honestly, I don't know where they put this food. I really don't. I think we're going to have to start a GoFundMe page to feed my kids. So yeah, if you're struggling financially at the moment because you've got Gannet children like mine, nobody should be going hungry. There are so many options at the moment. We've got people working really hard behind the scenes, getting, you know, different foods from that are not being used. So I think a few weeks ago it was, or last week, the food that the airlines were receiving, obviously they're not running, so we've had a few of those meals that we've been able to deliver to people, and our amazing food banks. We've got obviously if you can register for the Boris boxes, but we are trying to steer people and encourage them to not rely on them, because we can't control them. We don't know when they're going to turn up. We don't know what's going to be in them, if they're going to be suitable for your dietary requirements. So, you know, where we can, we will link you up with alternatives of getting food. So please, and also not just food but sanitary products as well, and nappies, baby milk, anything like that we've been helping people with at the moment. So if you think that you're one of those people, or you know someone that would benefit from it, please get in touch with us. If you live in Mendip, and I'm not sure if it's going to be the same for the whole of Somerset, but you could be entitled to a council tax hardship payment if you're struggling to pay your council tax, or you might be, because your finances have changed, you could be entitled to a housing benefit. Just get in touch with us and we could see, you know, if that is something that you would be entitled to. We've also got the Centre for Sustainable Energy, so household fuels, anything like that, they are really good at helping people with. And Deb did comment in this box, in the comments as well. So, and if, you know, emotionally, if you're struggling, we've got a talking service. It's by a volunteer who will make, you know, a weekly phone call just to check in, see how you are. If you feel that you could use something more than that, if you feel like you're struggling and you're worried about your thoughts, then we've got the Somerset Mind Line. That's run 24 hours a day, and the number for that is 01823 276 892. And finally on that, if you think that you need immediate, life-threatening and emergency mental or physical... Who is sorry. Don't ring me. So yeah, going back to that, if you feel that you've got an immediate, life-threatening emergency requiring mental or physical health assistance, you need to call 999 or go to A&E. And at this time it's also extremely difficult and terrifying for anybody that is suffering from domestic violence, and it is on the rise with awful numbers, and it's really terrifying, and no one should suffer from domestic violence, and it comes in different forms. It's not just physically harming someone, and it's also really important to say that it's not just women that suffer. Over 1 in 25 men also suffer from domestic violence. So spotting the signs are: is your partner jealous, possessive? Is he or she charming 1 minute and abusive the next? Sorry. Does he or she tell you what to wear, where to go, who to see? Constantly put you down? Play mind games and make you doubt your judgment? Control your money? Pressure on you to have sex when you don't want to? Are you starting to walk on eggshells to avoid making them angry? Does he or she monitor or track your movements or messages? Or use anger or intimidation to frighten or control you? First of all, if you are in immediate danger, then you should call the police on 999, but I think you know, that's quite a scary thing to do, isn't it? It's, you know, to admit that those things are happening to you. But if they are, I would urge anybody to call. I know in Boots you can see the pharmacist and they will take you into a different room and talk to you about it and get help for you there. If you need to get an injunction to keep your partner or your ex-partner away from you, you can get help with this from NCDV, and their number is 0800 970 2070, and they can help you get an injunction. It's a confidential service and they will always make sure that you can't be overheard. Women's Aid also support victims and survivors and their children, and they have confidential online chat service and will always get back to you. Most of all, talk to your friends, reach out to your friends. I think I saw something on Facebook to say, if you're suffering from domestic violence, send me a message and ask me about if I'm still selling my makeup, and ask about my eyeshadow or something like that, which is really, really good. But yeah, talk to your family and your friends, and you know, it's really difficult to admit that there is a problem, but you know, you deserve better than that. No one should have to suffer with domestic violence, not now, not ever. So yeah, I think I might stop there and look to see if there's any questions. Oh, Carolyn has said that there's a food bank in Henstridge because my mother-in-law was asking where our local food bank is. And I think as well in Templecombe there was one being set up by Sandy Kiddle, I think, but don't quote me on that. So, oh, we've got the Somerset Fire and Rescue Service watching, who yesterday posted on Linda's Facebook Live that they would like people to steer away from having campfires in their garden because they are attending a few of these at the moment. So if you've got a fire pit that's safe, then obviously that's fine, but if you're just feeling like you want to rub two sticks together and create a campfire, I wouldn't do that at the moment. And it's absolutely boiling at the moment, so yeah. Alright, then I'll move on. Oh, that's outside of my house. So as well as our own mental health, it's really important that we protect our children's as well, I think, during this time, and recognise that they're going through it too. You know, it's happening to all of us, and I think sometimes we expect our children to deal with that better. I think, you know, if you don't tell them things or whatever, they don't know about it, but they do. They pick up on so much. I mean, my 4-year-old, she, you know, she comes out with the word coronavirus about 8 times a day, and so, you know, you just, oh, and they seem to know that somebody in China ate a bat, which I've never told them. Hello, darling.
Mummy.
Yes.
Mama Twilight had a baby.
Our guinea pigs had her babies. Oh, that's exciting. So yeah, I'm a really terrible teacher, and I struggle with it. I really do. Lee is so much better at teaching the kids than I am. But one thing that I am good at, I think, or I try to be, because I'm so in tune with my own mental health, I worry about my kids. I worry that, you know, they're going to struggle with it too. So right from being, you know, really young, I've always tried to talk to them about their thoughts and feelings, and particularly now. So whereas Lee went straight into being Mr. Marshall, and he had this, you know, itinerary of all these lessons he was going to do with the kids, and Joe Wicks was on. He you know, after a week, it was really hard for him to try and motivate the kids. And I said to him, you know, you've been furloughed. I'm working from home. The kids aren't allowed to go to school, but you're expecting the kids to perform as though nothing has changed for them. So we had a chat about that, and our headmaster had also sent out an email to say that you know, we don't expect children to sit in a classroom 6 hours a day and constantly learn. They learn, you know, through play. They do different things. You know, they might spend half an hour doing maths or half an hour doing English. You know, to expect them to change and want to use their home environment to do that is a massive ask of them. So, you know, Lee did tone it down a bit, and he decided that he would do a bit of gardening with them instead. Or my mother-in-law has spent her life savings, I think, on different craft activities for the kids, and she sent us some caterpillars that we've watched turn into chrysalis and hatched, and we released yesterday. So yeah, that's been really good with them. But for me, in the morning, the girls usually dive into bed with us about 7, and I normally take that opportunity to say, you know, how are you feeling, you know, what's going on. And Darcy, my oldest, she's 7, she'll say, Mummy, can you ask Hey Google when the coronavirus is going to be over? And I'm like, it doesn't know, love, it doesn't know. So my 4-year-old will always say that she misses her best friend Evelyn, and I take that time to say, well, I miss my friends, I miss our family, I miss, you know, normal life. Oh, there's a train. Yeah, so I will take the opportunity to talk through what my kids are feeling and try and reassure them where possible, and you know, try and make them feel safe and know that they're loved. Are you coming to show me guinea pig babies? It would be now, wouldn't it? We've been waiting for weeks for these babies to come, and it would be right now. But yeah, so really that sort of wraps up all I wanted to say today, really. And I haven't really had too many questions, if anybody, but if you did watch this video later and you put them in, I know Hannah is working really hard to answer people's questions, put in links and things like that as well. And I cannot believe I've been talking for nearly, well, I can believe I've been talking for nearly an hour, so I am a bit of a chatterbox, which is why I did the PowerPoint slide, to try and stop me from talking about things that were not relevant to this. Can we see the babies? I don't know. I wonder what she'd feel like if I had brought the telephone to video her moments after birth. Shall we go and see the babies? Because this is really relevant. Okay. Can we see the babies?
Yeah, because they're all in the house.
Have you finished?
Nearly. I'm still on live. People want to see the babies.
That's 7. You want to?
Oh my god, are you kidding?
No, 7.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. That's the most we've ever had.
So if anyone wants to buy...
Oh my goodness.
So if anyone wants to buy...
Shh, careful. Well done, Mama Twilight. Right, leave her be now while she eats her placenta. Is that one okay?
Yeah, he's moving.
Put him near Mummy to see.
Yeah,
it's okay.
All right.
Ah, that's the most guinea pigs we've ever had. We've had. Did we have 3?
3's been the most, yeah.
We knew she was having a lot. Oh, well done.
Everybody come out.
Okay, so
Big.
if everybody wants to say goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.